everybody. I know I look like an absolutely fucking asshole, but I am trying to do my best Artemis Fowl impression. What is that? You have no idea who I'm talking about? Don't worry, most of you don't know. Maybe a small handful that remembers the early 2000s a little better than the rest, but no, most people won't remember. Now, just give me a quick second before I start this video because this is extremely uncomfortable and very warm, surrounded by lights. So I'm just gonna change real quick and I'll be right back. Much better. I am talking about, of course, this movie that is coming out in March that was supposed to come out in August of last year that most of people have no idea that it's coming out in the first place. And that is, of course, Artemis Fowl. Now, when I first saw the trailer, I discovered I have a superpower. And that superpower is to know with almost 100% certainty that the production of the behind the scenes of this movie was an absolutely trash fire train wreck that has been going on for 20 years and it just keeps going on and crashing even further. I didn't know that a train wreck that has derailed can keep derailing and doing drifts, but apparently that's a thing that can happen because that's what happened with Artemis Fowl. For this video, my intent is to take you through the timeline of this massive mess for you to enjoy the absolute insanity of what happened behind the scenes. So let's go to a time that was a little bit simpler, where YouTube wasn't a thing and we didn't have to listen to me. So the early 2000s, more specifically, the year 2000. The rights to the book were purchased by Miramax before the first book was even out. This is probably because in 2000, young adult novels were the hottest thing in town and everybody was goddamn crazy about it. But the weird thing is that they bought the rights to the entire series before the first book was released. That's insanity. That is so fucking risky. But hey, oh wait, it didn't work out. But the next year, we're in the 2001 by some weird coincidence, happenstance, just really luck, really. The Artemis Fowl movie gets greenlit by Miramax Studios the same year that the first Harry Potter movie comes out. And I'm sure that the fact that this movie was absolutely loved and fucking destroyed the box office for months on end and everybody wouldn't shut up about it, I'm sure they had no involvement whatsoever in affecting the decision to greenlight Artemis Fowl. But hey, it's not like they did anything with it because now we're in 2003 and there's a word of screenplay going around and nothing is really done with that. And they say they're for reals starting the movie now. Back in the 2003, there were really some suspectful people, one of them being the author, who, I quote, had this very nice line that just said, "I am very skeptical." Which is very fitting because the next year of a timeline is 2011, a whole 8 years later. I could not find any source that was saying what was happening in the production. Apparently, fuck all, because there was nothing there. But now, in 2011, some ominous shit starts to happen. Disney, with the help with the Weinstein Company, yes, that Weinstein Company, and unfortunately, the Stein himself shows up later, and to that I say, I don't like that. But yes, Disney and the Weinstein Company start co-producing Artemis Fowl together in 2011, and Harvey Weinstein is one of the producers. But it's okay, we're just gonna go to 2013 and forget about that right now, we'll get there. In 2013, the movie again goes into production. Now, if we're taking 2013 on its own, ignoring the fact that they bought the rights back in 2000, ignoring the fact that the production started in 2001, ignoring the fact that production started for reals in 2003, and ignoring the fact that they bought the rights again in 2011, this movie still would have been in production for a whole of 7 fucking years. That is still way too long for a young adult book novel that basically has the script written. It's a book. Just use it and make it. There you go. It's not that hard. A lot of people have done it. So much so that the young adult novel genre adaptation is fucking dead. It's a little bit late. But hey, now we're in a little more interesting year of 2014. 1 year later, and shit just hits the fan when Disney gets into an actual struggle with the nation of Ireland. This is insanity. You don't understand. Disney actually got into trouble with Ireland for occupying way too much land of this foreign nation because Ireland wanted different movie companies to come in, make movies, release them, so they could increase the fucking tourism. But then the problem just kind of fades away and there's no mention of that problem anywhere. I don't know what happened, but I'm just saying my own thoughts allegedly. I'm not saying this happened at all. Please, lawyers, don't sue me. This is me. But Disney just threw money at the problem until it went away. After that happens, we are in 2015, a fairly calm year where we get a director attached, this guy here, and we also get this lovely audio clip from the writer of the books, not the script, because nobody wrote a script. There's no script. That screenplay was a fucking lie. But this was the audio clip.
Every 2 years I come back in here with the big news, yes, and it never happens. So I'm starting to feel like you are my Jonah.
Oh, sorry. So
that man sounds like a lovely, chipper Irishman, and good for you, dude. I bet that you're still laughing your way to the bank with the royalties that they're paying you, because holy shit, they've been holding on to this goddamn legal rights for making this movie for so long that you must be filthy rich by doing nothing at this point. Good for you. You sound lovely. You did well. They just keep fucking up. It is beautiful. Now, the next step of the timeline, it gets a little bit darker. In 2017, it starts fairly normal. We get a release date for the movie, August 9th of 2019. And then, one single month later, all of the stories of Harvey Weinstein come out. And all Disney had to say about this massive story that broke out everywhere and started the Me Too movement, all they had to say about the Harvey Weinstein situation is, we have terminated his service as producer. That is all they said. No elaboration whatsoever. No criticism of this type of behavior. You don't even have to, state his name. Just maybe say, hey, we are so apologetic and we completely understand. That is not acceptable anywhere, ever. I didn't think I would have to be stating that out loud for a massive company with actual PR, but apparently I do. So, Disney, come closer. No, closer. Closer. If you want people to not think that you're being run by robot lizards with no human emotion, maybe have a heartfelt message to anybody that may have been affected by similar types of behavior. Just a thought, please elaborate. When the guy is being charged by 2 different counties for 4 or more accounts of rape and sexual assault, and more than 80 women have come out to speak against the topic, over 80 of them, I think, I would have thought, I would have believed that would have been okay to throw the guy under a bus. Figuratively, of course. Now, 2017 was a busy year for Disney. That happened, and then they bought the rights to Fox. So the weird thing here is the priorities. Again, this is my word. I don't want to be sued. I have no money. Please don't sue me. But the only statement that I found that explained the reason why they moved the release date from August 9th, 2019 to March of 2020 was the fact that they purchased Fox, got a bunch of new IPs that could actually make them money that they didn't even have to produce because they were already made and they could just release it and then print their own currency at this point. But even though with all those new IPs like The Simpsons and fucking X-Men, all that crazy shit they got from Fox, they still refused to scrap Artemis Fowl. This movie at this point is 17 years too late. It is baffling that they didn't just cut their losses as they could. I understand, Disney, that you have infinite money and you could purchase my soul 100 times over, but just cut your losses already. You don't have to burn money to prove a point. By the way, back in 2014, so we're going back just a tad bit, just to prove a point, the budget for the Artemis Fowl movie was already estimated to be $100 million. With all that has happened already, I just need to know the amount of money that Disney has burned to keep this project going, because it would make my day, because it is for shit not $100 million anymore. It is probably way over that. Now, going back to 2017 and the Fox deal, of course Disney can't just cancel Artemis Fowl, because regardless of the fact that they have all these new IPs from Fox, they maybe, for some goddamn miracle, for some act of an almighty presence somewhere, they might make money. They won't, but if they do, they will most definitely make this a new series to just make another cash cow to print more money to be more rich. Just like other bangers like Prince of Persia, John Carter, A Wrinkle in Time, Tron Legacy, Tomorrowland, and of course, who could forget The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nicolas Cage and that guy that doesn't get jobs anymore. You know that guy. And now, after all of this crazy shit, we're in 2018 and we get the new release date that it's coming out in March of 2020. The weirder thing is, even though they've had a director since 2015, they started production in 2013, and they were doing stuff in 2014 with a giant plot of land in Ireland, apparently they only started filming this movie in 2018. How did you have a release date in 2017 when you hadn't started filming? But even after all of these shenanigans, like this crazy nonsense, fights with fucking Ireland, and just the fact that it's 17, 20 years too late, there's still a small amount of people that are really devout to watch the Artemis Fowl movie, this goddamn trash fire of a production. To this day, what I found is that there have been 9,753 people that have signed a petition to have this movie released. If all 9,753 of these people watch this movie 10 times for $16 each, you're gonna make a whole bunch of money. $1 million, 500,000, 73 and $600 something. So yeah, you're gonna make about less than 10% your budget, and that's not counting marketing or the fights with Ireland and all the shit that happened before. But hey, I'm sure that the bad CGI from your trailer and this goofy ass title review are gonna attract a bunch of normies that have no fucking idea what this IP is about. But yes, unfortunately for me, this is the end of this crazy, nonsensical, everlasting train wreck of a production of Artemis Fowl. But you know what? I can't fucking wait to be one of the 20 people in the theater, because it's gonna be beautiful. I just want to see what a production like this will make out of a movie, because it can't be anything but a mess.